I'm great. Sam is a local musician here in the Tampa Bay area. You may not have heard his name before, but I have a feeling you're going to start seeing his name more and more as time goes on here in the Tampa Bay area because he's starting to make some big waves. He's got some great music that's out on all the streaming platforms for you to hear, and he's going to play a little bit of that for us right now. So what's the first song?
Awesome. This first song is called Love You From Afar. And it's one I haven't released yet, so we'll be playing some unreleased stuff too.
World premiere exclusive. Yeah, nice.
Years in the making, we threw it all away. I understand you're going, but I don't get why you won't stay. You got the chance, and now you gotta move on. I'm stuck living here, can't believe that you're gone. We got used to the lives we made living in this place. It was never together, but we both felt the same. It's been over a year and you're still in my head. And if I saw you today, this is what I would have said. Why can't I love you from afar? I don't care where you are. 1,000 miles away, isn't that different from us living in the same town and sleeping in separate homes? I could just call you on the phone if you ever feel alone. Say when you found the one, you'll know at first sight. And I'm so scared to love, it made me feel right. If I said at the start how I felt at the end, wouldn't hurt me so bad to never see you again. So why can't I love you from afar? I don't care where you are. 1,000 miles away, isn't that different from us living in the same town and sleeping in separate homes? I could just call you on the phone if you ever feel alone. Why can't I look from afar? I don't care where you are. 1,000 miles away, isn't that different from us living in the same town and sleeping in separate homes? I could just call you on the phone if you ever feel alone.
Live music showcase, Sam Hastings here on WMNF. First time I listened to your music, I was a little bit baffled, just because you have that great texture to your voice that just lends such a beautiful authenticity to it. It's really cool, man.
Thank you.
Very, very cool. What's the next song called?
This one's called Friends.
In Low Places? I've heard that song. No.
This is one of my older ones. I wrote this when I was 18, I think. So it's 10 years old now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes you 28 for anyone who can't do math out there. That's awesome. If you're listening right now, you can always watch this show in live stream form. We have a live stream going on both Facebook and on YouTube. If you're looking for it on YouTube, you can just go on YouTube and search WMNF. You will find the live stream there. If you're looking for it on Facebook, you can search WMNF's Live Music Showcase and join in on the fun. We've got a bunch of people in there watching already. If you're watching right now, hi, thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment and let us know how your Friday afternoon is going. In a little while, we're going to do a little segment called AMA, Ask Musicians Anything. And it's pretty self-explanatory, but we'll get into it here in a little bit. Take it away with that next song.
Sweet.
Me around, oh yeah, you're dragging me down. I said I need the low that you bring me to, but I do it all for you. Break me down because you keep me around. I need to get away from the pain you bring, but I can't do that today. Oh, and I do it all for you. I should leave you high and dry, but I hate to see you cry. Oh, the stuff you put me through, was it worth it in the end? Just to say that you're my friend. Putting me down with words, just hearing the sound of them is doing worse than you thought you could. Losing mindlessness is not so good. It's not your fault, you just don't it yet, but they say no one's half the battle. Just give me your hand and take a walk with me, help you understand. Oh, and I do it all for you. I should leave you high and dry, but I hate to see you cry. Oh, the stuff you put me through, is it worth it in the end? Just to say that you're my friend. Out, give me the benefit of the doubt. I know what's best for me now that I can see all this time you held me back. Oh, and I did it all for you, and now I've left you high and dry, and I've covered up my eyes. Oh, the stuff you put me through, is it worth it in the end? But hey, someday we could be friends.
Sam Hastings here on Live Music Showcase. Yeah, I'm feeling it, man. I'm digging it. What's that song about? 10 years old.
I had a girlfriend when I was 18, and we broke up, and then she wanted to, she wanted to be friends, and just kind of like, string me along. And, So
Yeah.
it was like first heartbreak, and like it's like the most dramatic thing in the world, and I feel like I made some like really good music.
I was gonna say, yeah.
It was so real, and felt like it was gonna be like the last thing ever. So
heartbreak is the best fodder for good songwriting. That's for sure.
that's the truth.
What's the next one?
This one's called Heroin.
All right.
And this is another one that I wrote when I was 19 or 20.
Yeah.
And it's about a friend of mine whose brother's in the middle of like mental health and drug addiction and all that. And we picked him up on like the side of a highway because he'd been like, just like living on the streets for a couple days. And so like as we were driving back to like bring him home, this just like came into my head, and I was like, oh, I should write this down. So
Wow.
yeah. So
Man, that's nuts. If you're a fan of this show, but you don't always get to listen at 2 p.m., you can always tune in to the podcast distribution of Live Music Showcase. It's on Apple Music or Spotify. You can search Live Music Showcase on both platforms, and you will find all of the episodes from this show for at least the past 2 years, and dig into our catalog of episodes and find out all the great musicians that we've got to have on this show. It's pretty cool. And this episode, along with all the other episodes, they drop every Friday after the live broadcast, usually around 5 p.m. So go on there and you can hit follow so that you get notifications every time we drop a new episode. It's the easiest way to do it. It's how I do it. So take it away, man.
sweet.
Take my hand, my lady, and get me through the night. It seems that I got lost along the way. Pavement underneath my head, at least the stars are bright. Baby, you're worth more than just one meal. My brother said you're no good for me, but he just doesn't see what I can see. My sister, she asked me to come back, but home's where the heart is, that's a fact. For you, babe, I'd do anything. Oh, for you, babe, I'd leave it all. For you, honey, I'd leave my mom and dad and money all behind. Oh, for you, babe, I could die. Walk with me, my darling, and tell me it's alright. It seems that I've forgotten how to feel. On the road we can't stop now, I've got a solid plan. Without you I'm just skin and bones. You make me who I am. For you, babe, I'd do anything. Oh, for you, babe, I'd leave it all. For you, honey, I'd leave my mom and dad and money all behind. Oh, for you, babe, I could die.
Sam Hastings here on Live Music Showcase. Love the finger picking.
Thank you.
I'm a big sucker for finger picking, that's for sure. What inspired you to learn how to play guitar like that? Because not every guitarist takes the time that it takes to learn how to play like that.
Yeah, I think I listened to like a lot of like Bob Dylan when I was younger, and I really, really liked him. And I started playing bass guitar and then switched over to like, regular guitar. And like one of the first things that I wanted to learn, I was like, I think Blackbird sounds so cool. So I like looked up the tabs and like it was like really not great, but I was like, this is like what I think sounds awesome. So like, started there and then learned Bob Dylan songs and then yeah.
Isn't it funny how as a guitarist learning a new song can teach you an entirely new way of playing?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. What's the next song about?
This next one, it's basically just like a song about. So I auditioned for a TV show and made it on, and then got sent home.
Yeah.
And then my mindset, like going into the whole thing, was like, whatever happens, happens. Like I just want to see if I can do it.
Sure.
And I didn't have any like serious ties to it or anything. So I got on, and then, like I said, very quickly got off the show.
They're like, you're great.
Yeah.
See ya.
Not great enough.
Okay.
So yeah, so I like got home, and it was just like this really weird feeling, like as much as I didn't care, it's still like really, kind of sucks to be told like you're not good enough.
You're not good enough
to be here. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I was like, I know I'm good, but still like hearing it from these people, I was like, oh, like, as much as I didn't care, like it still hurts. So
How old were you?
I was 26, 27. Yeah, this is like last year and a half
Yeah.
ago.
But I mean, in musician years, every 2 years is like a new life cycle.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You become a new person about every
Totally.
2 to 3 years as a musician.
Yeah.
From the earliest time how old were you when you started playing?
I've been singing like my whole life. My parents always tell me the story. I was like singing a Pearl Jam song in the backseat of my dad's car when I was like 4, like singing the chorus. And
I mean, Pearl Jam for a 4-year-old's easy because you don't have to enunciate any of the words.
no words, yeah, just sound. So I like sang forever. Started playing guitar when I was 14 or 15. And it was just like a hobby. Like I didn't do chorus or choir or anything like that. Just kind of like sang at home. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Well, what's the next song about?
Well, this one, it's the one about,
This is the
being
one?
an artist. Yeah.
This is the, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah. And it's called How It Feels Being an Artist Trying to Make It.
Oh,
It's very self-explanatory.
very straightforward. No metaphor here, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
There's no room to think about it. So.
Take it away.
Pour my life out on a page for everyone to see. Wonder what they'll think of it, what their thoughts will be. Well, who cares? I don't care, no, I'm just me. Every time it seems like something comes and something goes. Flower blooms and dies, the thorns live on, but not the rose. They're just thoughts in my head. You can't listen to them all. There's strength in authenticity. It often proves your point. What's the use of showing who you are? Disappoint. I could have been anyone at any place and time. Happy with the place I'm in. What a time to be alive. I get scared, 'cause I care what you think. Passion outweighs common sense. You've gotta take the dive. What's the point of living if you never felt alive? show 'em what you got, boy. You got nothing left to lose. You've been working your whole life for this. Probably make it through, and if it doesn't end up working out the way you thought it would, at least you could tell 'em that you gave it all you could.
Sam Hastings here on Live Music Showcase. We're getting close to the halfway point of the show. The halfway point of the show is where we always start off the AMA, Ask Musicians Anything segment. We're going to be doing that here in just a moment, right after this next song. You prepared a whole bunch of songs for us today. I appreciate that, man.
Of course.
I have to ask, for the people watching, you'll be able to join in on this. If you're just listening, you'll just have to take my word for it. But Sam, you seem to be covered with tattoos. Like
Yes.
pretty much covered, and they're all the cool like Sailor Jerry style tattoos,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, do you have like a family member or something that is a tattoo artist, or
I don't.
no? You're just an aficionado.
I just
Yeah.
like them. Yeah. My dad's covered, and he has been since I was a kid.
No kidding.
And so I saw that, and I was like, "That's very cool."
Yeah.
I would like to do that when I'm older.
Mhm.
And I did. So
Yeah.
I still have like some space. This leg's pretty much empty, and like my stomach. And
Oh
back.
well,
Yeah. I got plenty of room.
you got plenty of canvas left.
Yeah.
Are you a head to toeer? Are you ambitious to be head to toe? Is that the plan?
Probably like neck down.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
face tattoos.
I wouldn't do the face.
Not
no.
gonna do the face.
No.
It's getting real popular, man.
I know. I know. I have some like I got like the hands. I got my palm and like some weird spots, but no, I wouldn't do the face.
You get your palm? You get your
Yes.
palm tattooed?
Yeah.
What's the palm tattoo?
It's called a what is it? Hot Ones Devil, Hot Stuff Devil. It's
Okay.
just got a cowboy hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
what is that?
It's just like a flash piece, like in the old school tattoo world. Everything's like a flash piece. So it's like stuff that like people have drawn in the past, and then you could be like, I like that one.
Oh,
Just like
gotcha.
throw it on. So
Yeah.
it's just like I saw it in the shop, and I was
I'm
like,
learning tattoo nomenclature right now. I have 4, and I didn't know the first thing about any of that. Yeah. Okay. Well, a lot of pain goes into getting tattoos. A lot of pain goes
Yes.
into songwriting too. And don't take this the wrong way. I am enjoying. This sounds a little odd, but I'm enjoying the amount of pain that you've put into your songwriting, only because I tend to resonate with it. That's
Yeah,
all, you know what I
yeah.
mean? That's the purpose of the painful song, is we can
really feel
connect with it in our own emotional state. So, what's the next one?
Let's see. I'm gonna do this one.
All right.
This is called "Starting Over Again."
Oh, I love this song.
Yes,
This is the one that's been on repeat in my car for the past
I love that.
5 days. Yeah.
Yeah, this is my most recent release, and probably my favorite song that I've ever written. I just think like lyrically, and just like how the song flows, and it just feels like as perfectly cohesive as it could be in my mind. And that's what I'm always trying to do when I write, but this is like the pinnacle of it for me. So
There's a line. This is how you know I've been listening to the song. There's a line in this song where you say, I think it's, I'm getting tired of doing things over, of things growing old. I wanted them to grow old with
yeah,
you.
so
Is that what it is?
I'm getting tired of doing things for the first
For
time.
the first time.
I wanted things to get old with you.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Beautiful. Take it away.
All right. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm a little out of tune.
I always appreciate a musician who's willing to actually tune their guitar when we are live on the radio. It's always an important thing. That's good. While he's tuning, just a little reminder out there, you can listen to Live Music Showcase anytime, anywhere in podcast form. Just search on Apple Music or Spotify, Live Music Showcase, and you'll find us. All of our episodes, including today's episode, they drop every Friday after the live broadcast, which is what you're hearing right now if you're listening right now, live here at 2 p.m. on WMNF. And we have Sam Hastings here on the show this week.
When my mom watches this, she's going to hate that I started a song. And stopped
You never stop once you start.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a cardinal musician rule.
Massive,
That's okay.
massive pet peeve of hers.
We
So-
prefer guitars in tune on this show.
Well,
Thank
yeah,
you
I
very
mean, I would
much.
hear like this string out of tune the entire time, and it would, make me crazy. So
That's right.
All
Oh, so much better.
I don't wanna know who her parents named her after. That's really sweet, it was her aunt. I don't wanna have to go home with her for Christmas, meet her dad and shake his hand. I don't wanna drive alone and meet her at the beach, see what our names look like written in the sand. 'Cause I've done this before, oh, it's getting kinda old, it's true. I'm getting tired of doing things for the first time. I wanted things to get old with you. That came to an end, starting over again. I don't want to see what she looks like when she's crying. Don't want to say I understand. I'm not trying to hear a sweet song together. Decided it's ours for our first dance. I don't want to have to get in bed for the first time and figure out which side to sleep on again. 'Cause I've done this before, oh, it's getting kinda old, it's true. I'm getting tired of doing things for the first time. I wanted things to get old with you. That came to an end, starting over again. It's been a long time doing this dance. You and I both understand. So why am I even sitting here crying? Writing this song without a plan. 'Cause I've done this before, oh, it's getting kinda old, it's true. I'm getting tired of doing things for the first time. I wanted things to get old with you. But that came to an end, starting over again. Starting over again. Starting over again.
Starting over again. Just rewind, guys. Redo. Start the whole thing over. We'll just do the whole first half of the show again. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to Live Music Showcase. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Ken Apperson. We're live in studio here with Sam Hastings, and now is your opportunity as a listener, as a watcher, as a viewer. If you're tuning in right now, the AMA section of our show, Ask Musicians Anything, where listeners and viewers can call into the studio or send an email with any and all questions or comments you might have for Mr. Sam Hastings here. Some of those questions might include, who are you? Where are you from? What's your star sign? Things like that. Or get really weird with it. We prefer the weird, I'll say creative questions. Those are the most fun for me personally. Call into the studio now with your questions. Our board op, Charlie, will take your calls and your questions. He'll pass them on to me. And at the end of the show, I will read those to Sam. And right here, right now, on the air. The number for the studio is 813-239-9663. That number again is 813-239-9663. Or if you can't call, maybe you can send an email, but you can't call. You're at work right now. You're trying to listen on the down low or whatever. Send an email to dj@wmnf.org. And we'll take your calls and your emails. Or if you're watching the live stream right now, just leave a comment in the comment stream right now. Any questions that you might have for Sam. What do his tattoos mean? How much did the certain tattoos hurt? Where's the most painful one? I don't know. That's the first thing that pops into my head. Anytime I see tattoos, I'm like, man, that had hurt. It must have taken so long. Yeah, so call into the studio, send an email. Let's get some questions rolling in the comments on the live stream as well. But I'll lead off with a couple of questions real quick before we get right back into the music, Sam. So you're not from Tampa originally.
Yes.
You've been in the area now for a couple of years.
About a year and a half.
Oh, not even that long.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
And where are you from originally?
I grew up in Connecticut.
Okay.
Yeah, so I lived there till I was 18. Went to school for a little bit in New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
I did AmeriCorps, so I went out west for like a couple months, and then came back and moved to Maine.
Wow.
And then I spent 6 years in Maine.
Wow.
Yeah.
What attracted you to Maine? I mean, the music scene in Maine,
It's
not great, I would imagine. Maybe
it's
I'm
cool.
making an
It's-
assumption.
there's like a cool. I lived in Portland,
Okay.
so Portland is like the
Yeah.
young hip city.
Okay. Just like in Oregon.
Yes, exactly.
Different Portland.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like it didn't have anything to do with music because at the time I was like writing my own songs and I'd play an open mic every once in a while. But my mom moved there after I graduated high school. And I'd never been to Maine, and she brought my older brother and I to visit, and I was like, this place is sick. So after I came back, a couple friends and I ended up moving up there, and then just kind of like stuck it out for 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now you're down here in the Tampa Bay area doing music full time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a full timer now.
Yeah.
You've crossed over to the dark side.
Yes.
How do you like it?
I like it a lot. I mean, I kind of bounced around doing like all different kinds of jobs before switching full time to music. And it was something I always wanted to do, but it wasn't
Sure.
like as possible, I guess, up there because it's like really cold half the year, and
The
summers
state kind of
awesome.
shuts down
yeah.
in the winter, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can do it, and I know guys that do it, but it's like it's not as easy as I think being somewhere where it's like nice weather all the time.
So zero temperatures and guitars don't usually get along
Yes.
too well. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your favorite thing about the Tampa Bay area and the music scene in this area? If you have a favorite thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's like it's cool how it's so like organized.
Yeah.
And that made it so much easier to get into.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have to like pound the pavement and like go to a bunch of different places. I like actually played at an open mic right before I moved down, and I met Katie Talbert,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm Sam. I'm moving down here."
Knowing her, she went, "Who are you? Where have you been?"
Couple more words, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So I lucked out. It was just like perfect time and place. And I started, booking through her, and then just kind of like put my feelers out and reached out to different people. And so it made it so much easier to try to get into it. And I like that about it. So.
Yeah, the cool thing about the music community in Tampa Bay is it's like in and of itself, it's like a small town. Everybody talks, everybody kind of gossips a little bit. There's lots of gossip bulletin boards on Facebook and things like that. But they look out for each other.
Yeah,
they really do. I had an experience about a decade ago where I had played a gig, had a bunch of equipment in my truck, in the bed of my truck. Admittedly, not a smart idea, but I had a camper shell. It was tinted windows. I thought I'll be fine. And at that point in my career, I was like, this isn't safe. I'm not going to keep putting my stuff in the bed because it's going to get stolen one of these days. So I had started putting everything inside the truck when I wasn't at home and locking it in there. And that way, even if it did get stolen, then maybe my car insurance would cover it. And this was one of those nights. I was exhausted. I'd been playing for a long time. I'd probably been, drinking a little bit. I didn't drive, but I needed to put my gear away. I was like, I'll just throw it in the bed and it'll be fine tonight. Nope. Had about, I think it was almost $6,000 worth of gear stolen very quickly. And they knew what they were doing. They had worn gloves. They definitely were a team of people because it was too much gear to just walk away with, It was the week before the end of the month, so rent. And it was also a few days before I had 2 wedding gigs back to back. And I didn't have any gear. I had nothing. And one musician friend, he had called me the day that it had happened. And he just so happened to reach out to me for something else. And I seemed down, so he asked me, and I told him what had happened. Next thing I know, he leaves one little Facebook post saying, "Hey, Ken Apperson just had all of his stuff stolen. He's going to need to borrow gear." And then suddenly my phone was ringing off the hook. Some people that I had never spoken to before, that I didn't know, some people that I knew didn't love me personally, but everyone, the consensus was the same. It was, what do you need? And I didn't miss a single gig. For 6 months, I had to use other people's gear while I saved up enough money to recoup the loss of the equipment.
Yeah.
So that was a good lesson about the Tampa Bay music community and how much it really does look out for its own. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody like that I've met at shows, I mean, like you end up seeing like the same names and faces and whatnot, and I feel like every time I meet someone new, like it's always just like, hey, what's going on? Like, you know, sound great, like, you know, and everybody just kind of like, everybody's cool. It doesn't feel like competitive, which like I really think is awesome too.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's pretty awesome. So I mean, what are your plans as far as songwriting goes? What do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with your life, Sam?
That's a big question. I'm not I mean, I was kind of unsure if I wanted to really do anything with songwriting for a while. My initial plan was just like, you know, when I finally decided I want to start playing music full time, it was like, okay, I'll like go play bars, I'll do weddings, because I know like you can make a living doing that. And I would just like write songs, and then I have put out like 5 songs over like the past like 8 or 7 years or something. So it's just like, you know, if I wrote something that I thought was like worth putting out, I'd be like, sweet, let's go record this and like, you know, throw it on Spotify or whatever.
I mean, studio time's not cheap.
Yeah. So. But you know, there's a lot of stuff that I write too that I was just kind of like, you know, I don't think like anybody would listen. You know, I didn't have like the confidence in it, I guess. And you know, like just being an artist, like, you know, you have self-doubt. So, but yeah, I like started writing more, and then after I put this last one out, I had a little bit of writer's block, but I was like, it like messed me up because I was like, I love this song so much. Like, how am I supposed to write something that I love more than that? It's just like the worst feeling ever, because it like, you know, then I'm like trying to write, and I'm like, you know, I'm trying to write a song right now. I'm not just like writing a song. But yeah, I mean, so I got invited to do a songwriter's night, or I reached out to someone who asked people if they wanted to do it. And I did it, and there was like 20 people there, and I had never like showcased my own music and explained, you know, my songs and told a story of it. And I left, and I was like, that was the coolest thing ever. Like, I loved, you know, just being able to like talk and, you know, be like truthful and, you know, just say it like how it is in my head. And so that really started to inspire me. And then there's been just like small things like, you know, other, you know, people reaching out about songwriter stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's really been like the past couple months where I've been like, okay, I can like maybe try to do something with this.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal, man. I hope you keep up with it. I hope that you keep writing, and I hope that you you start releasing even more music in the near future. I know that personally, I've been trying to put you on a few people's radars in town, just because you are a bit on the undiscovered side right now, which can be very alluring to people that are in those circles. So that's pretty cool. So it's a good thing. I promise. It's a good thing. No one's showing up at your house breathing heavy, I promise. As weird as that might be. So let's do some more music. What's the next song gonna be? What do you want to do?
Let's see.
While he's picking the next song, just a little reminder, we are doing the AMA Ask Musicians Anything right now, where you can call into the studio or leave an email with any questions or comments you might have for Sam. The weirder, the better, in my opinion. You can call into the studio right now, 813-239-9663. That number again is 813-239-9663. Or you can email dj@wmnf.org with any comments and questions you might have for Sam. Our board op will take your comments and questions. He'll send them to me, and I will pass them on to Sam at the end of the show live on the air. So looking forward to that. What's this one called?
This one is called Save It for Another Day.
Is it that bad? No, I'm just kidding.
No, this was like I think we were talking about this. I was listening to a lot of country music because I was like, I'm going to start playing out. This is before I started playing out full time.
Yeah.
I was like, everybody likes country, so I got to learn a lot of country. And so I I think I was like laying down to take a nap, and this is like one or two, I think I have like 2 or 3 songs maybe where I've been starting to fall asleep and I hear it and I'm like, I have to get up and like record this. So like this song was like just like melody in my head. And so I wrote it, and it's basically about like getting drunk with your girlfriend and then fighting all night and then waking up the next morning and being like, well, like, how do we solve this? Like, we should go out drinking. So
you can't fix the fight until you're in the state of the mind you were in when you started.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's I like tried to make it not as country because I do like this song, but I was just like, oh, like I'm gonna write a country song, but that's just like not me. So
Yeah.
kind of like tried to workshop it a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it sounds.
Hey, man, take it away. I'm sure it's great. You're listening to Live Music Showcase. We are live in studio with Sam Hastings.
I got problems at home, they get worse after dark. 'Cause little things turn to bigger things when you're drinking Maker's Mark. Wake up the next morning, those problems are still there. I hide away all day till 5 o'clock is finally here. And I'll say, honey, give me your hand tonight. Hit the town till the sun comes up. Let's forget about last night and just drink away our problems cup by cup. 'Cause when me and you can get along, it's great. I would argue, but I can't find the words to say. Let's save it for another day. Save it for another day. There's nothing worse than waking up hungover from last night. Actually, there is waking up hungover to a fight. And if I see it coming, I'll leave the house before I shower. 'Cause I know I can't come back and change things at golden hour. Honey, give me your hand tonight. We'll go out on town till the sun comes up. Let's forget about last night and drink away our problems cup by cup. 'Cause when me and you can get along, it's great. I would argue, but I can't find the words to say. Let's save it for another day. I hate to fight, I know that you do too. It's not a matter of what we say, how we say it too. I know exactly what to say, baby, let's not waste a day. Honey, give me your hand tonight. Go out on the town till the sun comes up. Let's forget about last night and just drink away our problems cup by cup. Honey, give me your hand tonight. We'll go out on the town till the sun comes up. Let's forget about last night and just drink away our problems cup by cup. 'Cause when me and you can get along, it's great. I would argue, but I can't find the words to say. Let's save it for another day. Let's save it for another day.
Save it for another day. Don't save that song for another day, though. Listen to it right here, right now on WMNF. We're live in studio on Live Music Showcase with Sam Hastings. We got a ton of comments and questions in the email form from the listeners for the AMA segment going on right now. And I'll go through a couple of them right now. Maybe we'll save the rest for the very end of the show here. Let's see. This listener really likes him and thinks he ought to get together and play with Mike Jorgensen. I don't know who that is. I'm assuming Mike Jorgensen is a musician locally.
Yeah, I haven't heard the name either.
Yeah.
Maybe that's Mike Jorgensen.
He might be yeah, anonymously. Yeah. Mike left a little email. That's funny. Let's see. Here's one. In terms of Tampa music community, you can't beat Slim Whitman, who is from Tampa. What does your guest think about Slim and the high notes? I'm assuming since you're brand new to the Tampa area, you probably haven't heard of Slim.
I have not.
Yeah, that's okay. Now you have.
Yes.
So now you have someone to look
Slim
up.
after this, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we got a question here. This one's from Victoria. It says, how does he prefer his eggs? Does he like deviled eggs? We said the weirder the better. That's what I'm talking about. I like it.
I love deviled eggs.
Oh,
They're some
man.
of my favorite. I really like scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
I like hard-boiled eggs a lot too. They're the easiest way to consume an egg, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Quickest and easiest.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think one of my guilty pleasures is
Single bite.
Yeah, gas station hard-boiled eggs.
Oh no!
yeah.
No! My skin just
Quick
crawled a
protein.
little bit. Oh God.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh, that's a guilty pleasure. Well, it's that or it's hard drugs for musicians. There's no in between. It's one of those two.
I'm the gas station egg guys.
Yeah. All right. So, I'll save the, we've got a few more here. I'll save the rest of them for the very end of the show. Let's see. Before we get into the next song, we are coming up to the end of the show, just so you know. A couple of things. First and foremost, credit where credit is due. This show takes an entire team of very talented and dedicated volunteers who work on it behind the scenes to make sure that it looks and sounds as good as it does. Sound mixer today is Pamela Robinson. Our audio assistant today is Mark Perfetti. Our video director is Ed Lehman. Our camera operators are Marcy Connors and Charles Holsopple. Our board op today is Charlie Cushing. I'm your host, Ken Apperson. We've had Sam Hastings here on the show today. We have live musicians on this show every week, every Friday at 2 p.m. after the news headlines. And if you would like to be on Live Music Showcase, or you know someone that would like to be on Live Music Showcase, you can send an email directly to me. I think I'm going to regret this. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But you can send an email directly to me with your Spotify information, your social media information, and some live performance videos. If they don't have those things, I will not reply to you. I promise you. We get a lot of them. So, but you can send an email to me personally, ken@wmnf.org, for your chance to be on Live Music Showcase, be featured on Live Music Showcase. So, what's this next song called?
This is called Palm Springs.
Oh, this one's, you don't even have to set it up. Take it away. You can talk about it after the song. This is a good song. Everyone, this is a good song. Just letting you all know. No, we should have time for just enough, just barely one more. All right. This is the tuning song, just for anyone who's curious. This song is called The Tuning Song. It's a greatest hit.
It's a classic.
It's a classic, yeah, truly.
All right.
Beautiful.
Save my soul, driving down a broken road to a song I used to know. Oh, I wanna ride to the sun, singing about the golden one with my brothers on the run. I ain't seen my home in oh so many years, and I fought and clawed my way through many beers, but my life just don't seem like it used to be. I opened up my eyes to finally see. Oh, I wanna save my soul, driving down a broken road to a song I used to know. Oh, I wanna ride to the sun, singing about the golden one, with my brothers on the run. I was living like my life could never end, but my lifestyle had to give him my old friend. I was riding this old body to the bone. I hadn't slept in days, I should have known. Oh, I wanna save my soul, driving down a broken road to a song I used to know. Oh, I wanna ride to the sun, sing about the golden one, with my brothers on the run. I had broken down the gates and let it flood. Oh mama, all I need is love. I'll bow down on my knees and pray all night long, but if God is real, my friend, he's done me wrong. Oh, I wanna save my soul, driving down a broken road to a song I used to know. Oh, I wanna ride to the sun, sing about the golden one, my brothers on the run.
Love that song. This is Live Music Showcase. Thanks so much for listening. Make sure you tune in next week. We have a local punk rock band. I would call them punk rock emo-ish band, Pet Lizard. They made some waves a few months back by making the cover of Creative Loafing. They're an awesome band, really, really fun, upbeat, hard rocking band. So if you want to hear them, make sure you tune in next week. This week, Sam, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Did you have a good time? Was it
Had
cool?
An awesome time. Yeah. I was a little nervous coming into it, and I had a great time.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. And I know that all the listeners are loving it. Do you want to take us out with one last song?
Yes.
Yeah? What do you got? Oh, look, he's got a twinkle in his eye. I love it.
I think I'm going to do a cover.
Do it. Take us out with a cover.
I'm going to do, this is like one of my...
If you're listening right now, you're going to miss this song, but you can still hear this whole song on the live stream. So join in Facebook and on YouTube, WMNF Live Music Showcase.
This is one that I always do. It's Let Me Love You by Mario.
Oh, great song.
Baby, I just don't get it. Do you enjoy being hurt? I know you smell the perfume, makeup on a shirt. You don't believe his stories, you know that they're all lies. Bad as you are, you stick around, and I just don't know why. If I was your man, baby, you'd never worry about what I do. I'll be coming home back to you every night, doing you right. You're the type of woman deserves good things. Wrist full of diamonds and full of rings. Baby, you're a star. I just wanna show you you are. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. Baby, good love and protection. Make me your selection. show you the way love's supposed to be. Baby, you should let me love you. Listen, your true beauty's description looks so good that it hurts. You're a dime plus 99, it's a shame, don't even know what you're worth. Everywhere you go, they stop and stare, cause you're bad and it shows. From your head to your toes, out of control, baby, you don't know. Never worry about what I do, I'll be coming home back to you every night, doing you right. The type of woman deserves good things, it's full of diamonds and full of rings. You're a star, I just wanna show you you are. You should let me love you, let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. Baby, good love and protection, make me your selection, show you the way love's supposed to be. Baby, you should let me love you, oh, love you. Yeah.
Solid. Sam Hastings, thank you so much for being on Live Music Showcase. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. That's our show. And if you're a musician, a guitarist in particular, go practice. You know you are.